Good afternoon, 6-4 parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our weekly update. Just a couple quick announcements. No school on Tuesday for Election Day and no school on Friday for Veterans Day. So we're only here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Right? In Math 6 next week, on Monday, we will be finishing up our study guide on the area of triangles and parallelograms, as well as some complex figures. We'll be taking our quiz on those topics on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to be starting the second half of our geometry unit about surface area and volume. All right, in Math 6 Plus next week, we just started our fractions unit. The first part of that unit has nothing to do with fractions for some reason. We'll be talking about factors and multiples and figuring out how to find the greatest common factor of two or three numbers, as well as the least common multiple of two or three numbers. And then on Thursday, we'll actually start talking about fractions. All right, have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday.
GCFs, LCMs. Oh, yeah. Abbreviations.
I don't know why I bring my water bottle over here, but apparently last week I said I was not going to put the ELA back on, and here it is, back on. All right, ELA is pretty straightforward. We ended this week, actually, from Wednesday on, we started doing this research about either your student chose serfs and peasants or lords and ladies. And they were searching in 3 different articles in their student workbook about adversities that these groups faced during the Middle Ages. And then yesterday we did a mid-unit assessment, and we also included these 3 readings about the Black Death. And today we had a chance to read these articles with the focus of looking at their group, serfs and peasants, lords and ladies, and the adversities faced based on what the Black Death did as well. So next week we are going to be writing a research essay, and the students have to figure out 2 different adversities that their group have faced, and then use these articles that they've been researching to build details on these adversities that they faced. And that will be what we are focusing on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's so sad we don't have 5 days to school. Okay, either way. Science. On Monday, we are going to finish up our intro to waves. It's going to be our last day. We're going to mess with a wave machine. And then we have a couple assignments that we've been working on that we almost finished, maybe finished. So we're going to be doing some stations based on where you are, getting you caught up. And then on Wednesday, we'll be spending some time in the library for a hot minute with Miss Ziller. But then we're going to roll into sound. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks just looking at mechanical waves, primarily focused on sound. And we will start sound stations on Thursday. So ask those kids about what spoon bells are on Thursday. That's quite interesting. Either way, looks like the weather's going to get a little bit warmer. It's a little bit too cold out there right now, though.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about our social studies lessons and our continuation of our unit on religion. So we've been talking about polytheistic religions and ancient religions. So we were going back into paganism, talking a little bit about the ideas of Halloween and how the pagan Celts and Christianity kind of overlapped to create this holiday that we call Halloween nowadays. We have been talking a little bit about the ancient Greeks and oral traditions. Today we've been talking about, and yesterday, the Egyptian religion, and then we started talking about mummification, and today we actually mummified a steak. In this bag is a material called natron, which is a mixture of salt and baking soda that naturally occurs at the mouth of the Nile River, and they used to mummify. So you talk to your kids about what's in this bag here and how many days it's going to be sitting on my windowsill back here, and what we're going to do once it opens up. We're going to next week continue on with some religion. We have 2 weeks left to talk about religion. So next week, we're going to talk a little bit about Hinduism and Buddhism, and then we're going to get into the monotheistic religions. And so once we're into monotheism, we're going to talk a little bit about Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and that will be taking us through the end of our unit. When we're done with religion in a couple of weeks, we'll be pushing on into our unit on achievement, which is going to be major innovations and inventions in the world of the ancient people. So that's what we're doing in social studies. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week.